Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys can see by the title, today's video is going to be a DIY project on how to get these very infamous stacked flare jeans. I know you guys have seen this all over the internet, especially Instagram. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to do it your own, and you don't have to worry about paying anybody to make you some, or just paying a lot of money on Fashion Nova to buy something that you can make at home. This was very easy, very fun, very quick to do. If you guys like to see how I achieve this look, then please make sure to stay tuned to this video. And to start out, some of the products that you would need to make these jeans is some glue. I would prefer the E6000 glue. It's very inexpensive, about $3-4 depending on where you get it from, and it is like the best for fabrics. Also, you need some good sturdy scissors. And another thing that you would need, of course, is the jeans. You cannot do this project without the actual jeans. So I would prefer you guys to get like some boot cut or some flare jeans, preferably something that you can actually fit, because these would be the jeans that you'll be actually wearing. You need to start off with some flare or boot cut jeans, because it'll give you the extra like flareness that you would need in order to, for the overall look or whatnot. So those are just jeans that I have. As you guys can see, they're pretty simple, very simple, no distressing. But at the end of the video, you guys will see exactly how I got the distressing and stuff like that. So first, what you need to do is you need to line the jeans up as if you're about to iron them. Anyone that irons their jeans or anything knows exactly how you're supposed to line the jeans up. So that's what you're gonna do first. You do want to make sure that the jeans are lined up pretty good, because that will affect the measurements of everything in the end. What you're going to start off first, you're going to start off by distressing the jeans first. Very simple. This is not a distressing one-on-one video. If you guys want to see that, make sure to do one of those as well. But you're just going to start off by doing like some rips or distressing. You don't have to do rips or distressing, but if you're trying to get the look, the other jeans that I made, then you definitely want to make sure that you do some rips or distressing. However many you do, it's up to you. I wanted a lot, so I did make sure to do a lot of distressing, but you can do a couple to a few. You can do all over the jeans. Whatever you want is up to you, but I just did, as you guys can see, I put some at the thighs. I'll say about 4 or 5 lines of distressing I put at the thighs, and then I'm also going to put some at like around the knee part as well. You want the lines of distressing to be very bold and very noticeable, so I did make sure to kind of like make my lines very long, almost across to like the middle of the jeans that you guys can see. And so now I just turn the jeans around. So when I turn the jeans around, I am now working on the back of the jeans. So whatever distressing that you put on this side will be at the back. You want to be definitely mindful of that. You don't want to put the cuts too far up to where it's basically like showing like your underwears, if you wear underwears, or just your butt or anything. You don't want that, unless you do. I mean, it's up to you, but I definitely didn't want that. So I just put a little bit like where my calf muscles would be at. I wanted a rip right there. I didn't really do too many rips at the back. I did probably about 2 or 3 rips in the back, but that's up to you, as I stated before. So as you guys can see, I turned the jeans back over to the front side, because I realized that I wanted like I said before, I wanted the distressing to be pretty bold and very noticeable, especially at the front of the jeans. So that's basically what I'm doing. This is like pretty optional. You don't have to do big rips. You can just do like the little small holes distressing. But like I've stated before, and like I'm going to keep saying, it is totally up to you. So now you're basically going to flip the jeans over, and that way you're going to be working with the other side of the jeans. So if you want like the stretching just to be on one side, then you don't have to do this side. But I wanted the stretching to be on both sides of the jeans. So that's basically what I'm doing the left side. I think that's the left side of the jeans, and then the left front of the jeans, and also the left back of the jeans. But this part is, for one, it's pretty optional, and then for two, it's not really like a big step, because I think everyone knows how to distress jeans and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so as you guys can see, I got all of my distressing, everywhere where I wanted to be distressing it. I got all of that. So now I'm just going to basically show you guys exactly the first step of getting the flare and the stacked part. What you want to do first, well, first of all, you want to turn it back to the side where you are working with the back of the jeans. You don't want to cut the front of the jeans. That is going to be totally wrong. You want to make sure that you are only cutting the back of the jeans. So as you guys can see, I am cutting a triangle, a right triangle. You guys know what a right triangle is. I'm cutting a right triangle the back of the jeans, so that when you put the jeans on, it can look a lot more flared and a lot more stacked. This is going to give your legs room to be able to walk in. It's also going to give you that flowy look that you need when you have any pair of stacked jeans on. And okay, so on this specific on this specific leg, I did cut wrong. I didn't really cut the amount that I was supposed to cut. It's supposed to be even, but as you guys can see, this one that I'm actually cutting, this side of the pants leg that I'm actually cutting, is a little bit smaller than the first one that I cut. So I did do that a little wrong, but in the end, it doesn't really have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect measurements, but it's just something that I pointed out. But after you get done with that, then you're going to do the other side of the legs as well. And then you just want to make sure that it is as close as possible, honestly. So when you get done doing that to both pants leg, now you're going to have two pieces of fabric that are both shaped like triangles. You're going to be keeping those two pieces of fabric because you'll be needing that in a minute, actually. Now you're going to go with your second pair of jeans. This second pair of jeans does not have to be your favorite pair of jeans. I honestly would prefer you to get some jeans that you don't wear at all, because you would definitely be destroying these jeans, as I stated on the video and the words right there. So these are just like some regular vintage mom jeans that I literally have never worn before. You basically just want to fold those jeans over vertically. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut about 4 inches from the bottom of the jeans. You're going to cut 4 inches on both pants leg, both of the legs of that one jeans. Y'all, I can't hear my words out right. You're going to be cutting about 4 inches from the bottom on each pants leg. So when you get done with the first pants leg, you'll see that you have that, and you're going to be using that. So like I said before, do not throw it away, because you'll definitely be needing that in a minute. You're going to do the exact same thing to the other pants leg, and when you get done doing that, you'll have 2 pieces of fabric. And there you have it, those 2 pieces of fabric that you do not supposed to throw away. So please do not throw it away, because it will mess up your whole thing. Now you're gonna get one of those pieces of fabric that you just cut, and you're gonna cut down the middle so that you'll be basically be elongating it. Now right now it's kind of like in the form of a pants leg, so you just want to cut it down the middle so that it'll be flat. And so now when you get done doing that easy step, it should look just like that. And then you're going to do the exact same thing to the other piece of fabric that you just cut off. And so when you get done, you will have two long pieces of denim fabric. Now, as the words are stated on the screen, you're going to be cutting the hems. So you want to cut the hems because that is how you're going to be able to get that frayed, distressing look at the end of your jeans. If you don't cut the hems, it's not gonna allow your jeans to look distressing and frayed and stuff. So you want to cut the hems on both sides of the fabric. And so now, as you can see, I have literally no hems on each side. And now you're going to do the exact same thing to the other long piece of fabric. And now when you get done with that, you're gonna get the two long pieces of fabric, and you're gonna cut down the middle to separate it. So instead of you having one long piece, you're gonna be having two small pieces. So you're gonna cut down the middle of that hem right there. And so that way you now have two pieces of denim fabric instead of that long piece of denim fabric. You're going to do the exact same thing to the other long piece. And when you get done, you should have four small pieces of fabric. This step, you're basically just going to lay the pants down normally as if you're just trying to see how the front looks. You're going to take the pieces of fabric, make sure that the hems are cut off from every side, because like I said before, that it will take away the distress and the frayed look that the bottom of your jeans will have. Now you're going to get your E6000 glue, and you just want to make sure that you put enough of that glue on each piece of fabric, because if you do not put enough glue on there, the fabric will definitely like lift up and it won't stay on there like it should. As long as you put enough glue on there, it definitely will hold in place, and you don't have to worry about your fabric coming apart. So you want to put enough on the outside, and also do not forget to neglect the middle of the fabric as well, because all parts of the fabric should be stuck onto the jeans. And so now once you have the glue all down there, now what you're going to make sure to do is to glue down that piece of fabric. But you're going to be gluing down that first piece of fabric right at the bottom of the jeans. Like literally right at the bottom of your jeans is where you're going to put down that first piece of fabric, making sure that you do lay the fabric down horizontally instead of vertically. And I definitely do recommend you guys to make sure that you are sizing and positioning exactly where you want your fabric to go before you actually put the glue on there. Because once the glue is on there, about 2 minutes later, the glue will definitely be stuck and like held into place. So you don't want to just glue something down before you actually like try to figure out exactly where you want it to go, because it'll be hard to take it apart, like, you know, unglue it or whatever. So where exactly you put your second piece of fabric is really up to you, but you do want to make sure that you do put it on top of the first piece of fabric that you added, and also a little bit farther down. So the more farther down that you go, the longer that your jeans are going to be. So please keep that in mind when you are gluing down your pieces of fabric. And so now you're going to take your third piece of fabric, which is going to be the last piece of fabric that you add on that pants leg. And like I said, you want to make sure that you do top and position first before you actually glue it down. Put enough glue on there, and then you want to put it on top of the second piece of fabric. On top of the second piece of fabric, also beside it, as you guys can see where exactly I place it. And you do want to make sure that you put enough glue on each piece of fabric, like I've stated before. And also want to make sure that you do press down on the fabric before you go on to another piece, because you want to make sure that everything gets secure down. You don't want your jeans to be falling apart when you're wearing them. And so you're basically going to do literally the exact same thing on the other pants leg. I made sure to do a more close-up version for you guys so that you guys can actually be able to see exactly what I'm doing. It's very self-explanatory. It's extremely easy. I feel like it's a lot better and a lot easier for you guys to know exactly what I'm doing by just looking at it rather than me just talking. But as you guys can see, I'm basically just putting down the glue first around the whole piece of fabric, and then I'm just going to glue it down exactly where I want it to go. I've seen people do like fabric all over the place. I probably end up doing some jeans like that as well, but this is like my literally very first pair of jeans doing something like this, so that's why I did it, very simple. It's definitely beginner friendly. And so once you get done adding the fabric on both pants leg, this is how your jeans should look, making sure that you do press down on each piece of fabric before you actually, start washing and drying it. This is how it's going to look. I love it so much, y'all. Another thing that I want to mention is that actually something that I was supposed to mention early on in the video, but I do want to mention that you do, when you have all together, you should have 6 pieces of fabric. You should have 4 other rectangular pieces, and you should also have 2 other triangular pieces. You're going to be using three pieces on each pants leg. And so for this part, basically this is going to be making the belt. This is optional, you don't have to have a belt with it, but I just feel like the belt completes the look. So what you're going to do is you're going to get that second pair of jeans that you used earlier to take off the pants leg and everything, the pair of jeans that you're not going to be wearing. You're going to take that and you're literally going to cut literally the whole side of those pants. You're going to cut off both sides of those pants. You're going to be cutting off to use for the belt. So once you cut off one side, this is how it'll look. And of course you would need more than that, because like that's not going to fit around anybody's waist. So that's why I say you need to cut off both sides of the pants. All right, and so once you get done cutting out both sides, you will have 2 long pieces of fabric. And now what you're going to do is going to get your needle and thread. So you're going to get your needle, thread, and you're just going to sew both pieces together. I ended up having to cut off another piece of fabric because that didn't fit my waist. So yeah, I had to use 3 pieces, but you can use 2, whatever your size is. But regardless, you're going to have to sew it together so that it can stay into place, or you can use your glue if you don't know how to sew. So that's with that. All right, so this is how the jeans look before I put them in a washer and dryer. So the distressing definitely did not come in yet, but that's how it looks. It looks real cute. I'm really loving it a lot. Yeah, so I did a lot of the distressing at the front. I cannot wait to see how they come out. Yes, they look so cute. Just trying to show y'all exactly how they're gonna look. And then this is the back as well. It looks very weird that it's like laying down with with me not trying it on, but yeah, I like how it looks. And I also added some distressing at the pockets as well, because I feel like that was a little basic, because the pants that I started off with originally were very plain and didn't have any distressing on it. Also, another thing that you want to do before you put the jeans in the washer and dryer is you want to get some tweezers, and you want to tweeze at the bottoms of it, because when you do this, it also allows the jeans to really have that frayed look once they do come out of the washer and the dryer. Or you can just let the washer and dryer do the work, but I wanted to do it because I really wanted to make sure that the jeans were going to be very frayed and very distressed at the bottoms. Alright, so after the jeans have been washed and dried, this is how the front of the jeans look. Very cute, looks exactly the way I wanted it to look. Really do love how they came out. If you guys love how they came out as well, please make sure to leave a like on this video. Comment video suggestions that you guys like to see. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notifications, because I do have plenty more DIY videos and other video ideas for you guys. Yeah, I really do love how they look. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.